slice. Got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life, look. All my life, been grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life, look.
Who else you got playing?
You know, I have a few girls. I have Shakira, I have Hazel, I have Alicia. Sorry, it's a lot of names. Wendy, and then on the WNBA side, myself, of course, Andrew McCarthy, Diamond Shields, and Brittany Griner. And for me, it's like, okay, how can I empower women? Well,
a view of a little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And for Oklahoma City, we've got Hayward. Embiid is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Thompson. And it's Simmons in at the point guard. Now here's Tatum. Iguodala outside. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Now, here's Cousins. After Gordon Hayward's miss, and Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got the game going here with the first basket for Washington.
DeMarcus Cousins making the jumper look easy.
Back to Simmons. Passes to Adebayo. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Iguodala, the pass to Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
This guy is so crafty on the drive. Wow, Jason Tatum, with his quickness and his length and the strides he's got, can score at will.
Now here's Hayward. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Now here's Tatum. After Ben Simmons' miss, a putback, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in.
Well, Rudy Gobert with the size and length, they factor on the glass right now.
Simmons against George. Embiid. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Well, free throw drops for Embiid. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
And Embiid drops them both. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
On the wing, it's Iguodala. A beautiful reverse layup.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
And here is Simmons. Thompson dishes to Embiid. Hayward outside. Lets it go from the wing. The Thunder with another miss.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Here's George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Throw good, Paul George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Thunder trailing by 11. Now here's Simmons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Thompson. And the rejection by Iguodala.
Boy, the suffocating defense of Andre Iguodala is so important to his team. Really good job timing the shot there.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
One of the things you have to admire about Andre Iguodala is his ability to fit in any part of the lineup. Whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench, the ability to fill in from any position 1 through 4. Absolutely incredible.
And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Tatum. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
And with Iguodala, he has the experience to guard and match up against Dorse any position.
And what you've seen lately is Iguodala being deployed more and more as an undersized power forward. But even then, one moment he'll act as a 4, and the next minute he's the de facto point guard. What a luxury to have that kind of versatility.
Now, here's George. Cousins, the pass to George. And Cousins kicks to Iguodala. Here's Gobert. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Rudy Gobert has become really excellent at getting deep low post position. The defense has got to foul him when he's that deep.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taking 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
The first one falls. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 2020. The Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
Well, Gordon Hayward obviously still working his way back to peak form. Let's remember, this guy was an all-star in 2017. We know he can be a franchise guy.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And Doris, you talk about when Gordon Hayward is playing his best. What makes him, in your mind, so special?
Well, when he's right physically, he can be a go-to offensive weapon, Kevin. This guy is the true definition of triple threat, right? He can pick you apart with his passing, with his shooting, and also off the dribble drive. Boy, when he's right, he is tough to stop.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Washington leading now by 12. Outside, George. Not going to go that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. And Adebayo throws it down.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved.
Now here's Tatum. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Tatum's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Simmons. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
George against Simmons. George, no good.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
And Hayward with the stuff.
Well, just great recognition from Hayward. Shows his vertical to finish that pass.
George looking around. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Iguodala, the pass to Gobert. He dishes it to George. And another miss by Washington.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Thompson outside. Over Iguodala. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Boy, that mid-range J is so nice. Klay Thompson, automatic.
Here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New York.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
Now here's Simmons. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Gobert with the block.
And the remarkable reach of the stifle tower. Gobert twice on the pipes.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Ayton, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Gordon Hayward. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Smart's checked in. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Gallinari, he's checked in for Adebayo. McCollum comes in for Thompson. And it's Fox in for Simmons. And a switcher also for Washington. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Paul George. Fox, no good. Wizards leading by 5. Bledsoe outside. Nothing is falling for him right now. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Gallinari left side. Back to Fox. Gallinari against Bledsoe. Now the pass to Anunoby. Got a piece of it.
Well, really improving as a defender. Jason Tatum has those long arms to redirect shots.
Bledsoe dishes to Tatum. Bledsoe looking it over. Cousins inside. Guarded by Fox. Can't connect from short range. Anunoby. And he dunks it down.
and the penetrating ability of Anunoby. Confident when it comes to attacking the defense.
And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Wizards. It's a three-point game. Here's Tatum. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Ayton. Gallinari against Cousins. Pass to Fox. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Here's McCollum. The feed now to Ayton. And the rejection by Cousins to stop the drought. And there's the nice layup by Bledsoe. And the Wizards lead by 5.
Now, this is a powerful ball handler with exceptional quickness. Bledsoe's becoming elite at taking defenders off the dribble.
Now, here's Fox. Last game he had 28 points. Ayton kicks to McCollum. To the left wing. Here's Ayton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, if it's possible for a #1 overall pick to go under the radar, then I think that's what you'd say about DeAndre Ayton last year. Doncic stole the headlines, certainly, but DeAndre Ayton had a big-time start to his career.
Williamson is checked in for the Thunder. Marjanovic checked in for the Wizards. Pascal Siakam comes in for Jason Tatum. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Siakam outside. Shot clock at 6. And they double up Cousins. And Siakam with the basket on the assist by Cousins.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
And here's McCollum for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Washington with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action after this word. Paul George.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Wizards 5 right now. They've got Bledsoe, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Pascal Siakam. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Smart in at the shooting guard. Quarter number 2, we're about a minute in. Pass to Siakam. From the arc, with the putback. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 4. Gallinari right side. That's tipped.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
Williamson, the pass to Fox. Launches a 3. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. Now, here's Cousins. He's guarded closer. Siakam, left side. That shot off. Some solid defense from Gallinari. To the paint. And finished off by Williamson.
Already already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
Siakam with it, now guarded by Ayton. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Fox dishes to McCollum. Bledsoe with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Fox. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Feeds it to Fox. Pass to McCollum. Stolen by Smart. And here we go again. Wizards in transition. Up the court they go.
Boy, you have to love how engaged Marcus Smart is defensively. This guy is a nightmare for the offense.
Gallinari outside. Williamson with it. Cousins is there. Fox looking it over. A three from McCollum. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Here's Smart. Good D by McCollum.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Williamson, the pass to Fox. Now here's Williamson. Guarded by Bledsoe. Williamson kicks to Fox. Shoots over Cousins. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. McCollum against Smart. Drills the baseline jumper. Smart's got his second basket.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
It's very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Oklahoma City moving it around. Thompson surveying the floor. Embiid finds Thompson to end the run. It's deflected. Siakam against Adebayo. Siakam passes to Russell. Now here's Marjanovic. The dish to Russell. Outside for George. Shot clock reset for Washington. Goes up again. Here's Marjanovic. And Embiid with the block. Thompson right side. Here's Adebayo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And one of the weaker areas for this group, only shot about 71% from the line a season ago.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. You know, Greg, defense are given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Now here's Simmons. No points in the game yet for him. Bounce pass from Adebayo. Embiid inside. Marjanovic on him. Three-pointer. Hayward. Offensive rebound. The shot by Adebayo. No good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's George. And another miss by Washington. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt. At 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
Now, here's Thompson. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Here's Embiid. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
And George.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below! Oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Now, here's Hayward. 6 points for him. The pass to Thompson. Back to Hayward. With a step back, and he knocks down the jumper. Hayward's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, the mid-range, Jay, has always been a staple of Gordon Hayward's game. This guy's superb at shooting it when given the opportunity.
Marjanovic kicks to Russell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
Now here's Hayward. He's got 8. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Here's Simmons. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Thompson right side. Thompson is doubled. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the range right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
That second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
And so Russell hits them both. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Now here's Iguodala. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Russell looking around. From deep three-point range, that shot is off. So the Thunder will take it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Dishes to Gobert. Kicks it to Iguodala. Gobert with it. Over Thompson. Off the left rim and out. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Simmons. And the layup's good off the glass. Simmons got his first points of the night.
Oh, sensational speed by Simmons. Trucking it down the court and beating everyone.
Iguodala dishes to Russell. A minute 42 left to play here in the second quarter. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
And Washington making a change here. Tatum's checked in. Simmons against Russell. Simmons passes to Anunoby. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists in the game.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
Now, here is George. 5 points in the game. And the rejection by Embiid. And he's able to get it back. There's Russell with the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Simmons passes to Embiid. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Washington. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Wizards have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Well, I think the veteran and championship experience of Andre Iguodala is critical. This guy is a versatile forward who is well known for being a defensive stopper.
Ayton, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Now here's Simmons. Thompson inside the line. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
You know, scoreless this quarter, and it's not helping them battle back.
Simmons against George. From deep. And so it's the Washington Wizards. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson, it was all Jason Tatum in the first quarter. He had 10 points and 1 rebound. And that should do.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
We've got Thompson. Adebayo is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Hayward in at the 3. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
When Klay Thompson gets his game going, there's nobody in the league who's more dangerous to a defense. This guy, when his shot starts to fall, runs as hot as any player in the league.
And that one misses. And with Klay, when he goes off for these huge games, Doris, sometimes he doesn't even dribble.
That's the amazing fact about Klay Thompson is a lot of his best games are all catch-and-shoot situations. His ability to be relentless in moving without the basketball and find the space. And do you know it only takes him 0.79 seconds to get his jump shot off?
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Knocked loose. Stolen by George. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Friday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Washington Wizards. Now, here is George. For the 3, and the 3 ball is good. George has got 8 points.
Gorgeous. That pull-up jumper is simply gorgeous. Paul George rises above everyone.
Thompson outside. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Now, here's Cousins. Over Adebayo. And Cousins gets it to go. 6 points for him. Thunder trailing by 15. Right side, Simmons. Floats one up. Washington with the rebound. Cousins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Iguodala kicks to George. Pass to Cousins. Over Hayward. Again, the Wizards score.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Simmons passes to Hayward. Adebayo with the ball. Embiid inside, defended by Gobert, and it's good, 2 points.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
On the wing, George. Guarded by Simmons. That one goes in. 10 points for Paul George.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Simmons passes to Adebayo. Hayward against Tatum. Hayward can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Now, here's George. 10 points for him. Simmons with the defensive effort.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Thompson outside. Passes it to Adebayo. With the shot. Nails the baby hook. Adebayo's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Iguodala kicks to George. And it's George again missing. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Down by 15. The pass to Hayward. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Williamson is checked in for Bam Adebayo. McCollum comes in for Thompson. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Simmons. And he sinks the 2nd. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Thunder trailing by 14. Here's Williamson. The shot comes out. Nice D from Cousins. Now Tatum. He's got 10. He kicks to George. Pass to Cousins. And they double up Cousins. 5 to shoot. Here's Smart. The Wizards with another miss. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Outside Fox. In the corner, it's Hayward. Rebound, Washington. They led by as many as 18 points. George passes to Smart. George trying to break free. Smart misses. And for the Thunder, they're shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Gobert down low. Embiid's there. Yep, that one goes in there. Gobert's got 5.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Fox against George. Fox dishes to Embiid. Gobert with the block. Up top, Cousins. 8 points for him. To the middle. Here's Smart. And the rejection by Embiid. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. On the look for Oklahoma City. Gallinari, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Thompson comes in for McCollum. And Simmons subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. And the Wizards with possession. 16-point lead. 5 on the clock. Pass to Gobert. Hayward grabs the board. The Thunder shooting 32% overall right now. Not one of their better showings. Inside, here's Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
Come on now, this guy is more than just a great shooter. Klay Thompson, really good feel for the offense.
Siakam looking around. Back to Gobert. Lays it up and banks it in.
Timeout.
He has 7.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And Doris, for as great as Klay Thompson is with his shooting and his scoring, you have to acknowledge his terrific defense as well.
Kevin, he is elite on the defensive end of the floor. For Klay Thompson, he's tall enough, he's long enough, he's got exceptional feet, exceptional length, incredible discipline, stick-to-itiveness. Any defensive quality you could hope for, Klay Thompson has it.
And the Thunder making a change here. Ayton's checked in. Passes it to Thompson. Shoots over Graham. And Thompson gets it to go. Thompson's got 8 points.
Boy, how about the elevation and the focus? Klay Thompson outstanding at timing shots.
Graham kicks to Smart. Good D by Thompson.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Intent on keeping that possession alive. Simmons uses his height to his advantage.
The 3 from George. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Gallinari throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus. Boy, when you look at the numbers and the impact for Paul George, there is no question he's been in the MVP conversation. The outside shooting, the ability to attack the rim, and the force he is on the defensive end, just so impressive.
Throw good, Paul George. And Doris with George and his offense last season might have been his best effort yet.
Yeah, Kevin, he had to take on more responsibility on the offensive end, and you could tell he has shot more and more threes. He gives his team a much-needed outside threat. You loved everything Paul George is able to give you.
And the Wizards with possession, following the score by Oklahoma City. And that one is off. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's Thompson. Tries again. Outside for Simmons. Over Bledsoe. They shoot again. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Williamson.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Gobert. He's got 7. Outside, George. The Wizards with another miss.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
Here's Simmons. Ayton, the pass to Simmons. Over Gobert. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Rudy Gobert, third.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. Energy.
It's blocked.
It's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
Anunoby, good.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Bledsoe against Simmons. Down low, stolen. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Basket counts. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead.
Well, Thompson is so great at sprinting up the floor, exceptional at getting to the right spot.
Russell left side. Bledsoe outside. Trying to end the drought. Thompson with the rebound. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Looking to get back on track here.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. And the Thunder with the possession here. After the miss from Andre Iguodala. For the lead, Gobert with the block. 1:29 left to play here in the third. Bledsoe outside. Over Simmons. And another miss by Washington.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And that one is good.
Well, this is the confidence of Klay Thompson. When he's out there, he is ready to fire on the catch.
Here's Russell after the made shot from Klay Thompson. There's the feed to Gobert. It's deflected. And here is Simmons. He has 6. Over Bledsoe. No good off the front iron. Washington trailing. Iguodala kicks to Bledsoe. Over Simmons. No good from Bledsoe.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Gobert with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Gobert with the pass to Siakam. Shot to stop the run. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Klay Thompson has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City, setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. We come back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Jason Tatum is out there with Pascal Siakam. And there's Iguodala. as Bledsoe in at the point. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
I admire Simmons' ability inside. That's where he's an elite finisher.
Bledsoe passes to Tatum. Out to the wing. Here's Cousins. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adebayo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Hayward kicks to Thompson. And the pass to Simmons. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
The 2018 Rookie of the Year. Simmons' NBA career got off to a great start, and he's only continued to improve.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for the Thunder. Bledsoe kicks to Siakam. Cousins trying to free himself up. The second chance effort. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid.
We have seen Pascal Siakam's confidence improve dramatically. This guy is becoming a problem as a scorer.
Out of Cameroon, Pascal Siakam drastically improved last year, Doris. Is he the prototypical modern power forward?
He is, Kevin, and there's a few reasons why. The guy can rip and run. He can space the floor. He is switchable on the perimeter defensively. He can go inside, outside. Everything you want in terms of versatility, Pascal Siakam brings to the table.
And how about the slashing ability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive mentality.
And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
And Washington making a change here. Smart's checked in. Iguodala dishes to Tatum. Outside, Smart. Siakam outside. Lets the 3 fly. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You know, I've got to say, defensively, the effort simply hasn't been there this half. They've got to pick up their energy.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Washington.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Kevin, I heard what Scott Brooks said to his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. Let's see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
George is checked in for Marcus Smart. Tatum against Hayward. Pass to Adebayo. Second chance shot, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call on Washington with the foul. He misses the free throw.
And Doris, hard to find many arenas that have a better home court advantage than Oklahoma City.
Greg, it is the only show in Oklahoma City, and this arena gets loud. The fans come out every game. There is no doubting this is one of the best arenas in the NBA.
Now, here's Cousins. Iguodala, the pass to Cousins. The 15-footer. No good on that one. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. And we'll see Bam Adebayo go to the line here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
One shot.
Who are some of the up-and-coming shooting guards in the league that you have noticed have got a very high ceiling?
Well, I'm going to mention two guys who I think could be considered combo guards who can play one or two, and who I think their organizations are still trying to figure out their best position. But two of the most dominant young guards in the league who are going to be a problem for over a decade, Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Both guys can create their own shot. Both can get off the dribble drive. Both could light you up for over 50 a night. Devin and Donovan, two names to keep an eye on. Defensive positioning so important, and he could not have played him better there.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Thompson against Iguodala. Out to Hayward.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
He's off on the first.
Well, you have to appreciate the fundamentals that Gordon Hayward possesses. This guy is a tremendous shooter. He's an aggressive rebounder, smart passer, playmaker. What can he do, guys?
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Hayward against Tatum. Lock at 6. Over Hayward.
And they've got to get back to what they were doing in that first half if they want to somehow win this game. The offense has gone stagnant. This is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
So make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Interesting story about Rudy Gobert. He was an excellent student in high school, but he was getting into physical fights. So what does his mom do? Play sports, my son. Track and field, martial arts, even ping pong. What I love, though, is he has not lost that tough disposition.
And Cousins kicks to George. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. George has got 11 points here in just the second half. Pass to Embiid. Here's Thompson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Hayward. Here's Embiid. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And Doris, especially at that center position. You know, GMs like a player with a fighting spirit.
Rudy Gobert plays with a chip on his shoulder and a competitive spirit. A lot of 7-footers, Kevin, play the game simply because of their size. Rudy Gobert wants to be great.
Here's George. Simmons with the defensive effort.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And stolen by Tatum. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And he gets it to go. Tatum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You can see the length and the impact defensively of Jason Tatum. The rip and then the score on the other end.
Passes it to Embiid. And here is Simmons. 6 to shoot. For 3, Hayward drains it from beyond the arc. And the Thunder lead by 15.
Look, Gordon Hayward has become a master in pick-and-roll situations. He knows how to get space off a screen.
Simmons Simmons against George. Poked loose, and so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep.
Yeah, the hustle from Simmons on D, it becomes infectious. He brings his all on every possession.
Hayward finds Adebayo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Free throw good, Adebayo. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you chose?
First and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Outside Tatum. Back to George. Here's Cousins. And it's denied. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Here's Tatum. Clock at 4. And the shot is good. Tatum's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Simmons looking around. On the wing, Thompson. To the inside. Here's Hayward. Rebound by the Wizards. Gobert's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And there's the pass to George. Unloads from 13. He gets it in there. George has got 13 points in the second half.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Pass to Hayward. To the left side wing. From about 16, Gobert with the block. Iguodala finds Cousins. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Hayward with some nice D. Here's Thompson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
That free throw good from Thompson. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebounding.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
It is so easy to like the easygoing Klay Thompson. This guy is so dependable at both ends, and he excels shooting the basketball.
And George, here we go, uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Outside, Simmons. Out to the right wing. Embiid wide open. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Tatum against Hayward. That one drops for him. 18 points for Jason Tatum.
I'll tell you, that defense was on point. But how about the better offense of Jason Tatum on his way to the cup? Ooh.
George against Simmons. Here's Embiid. No good off the back of the rim.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Tatum shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
How about the confidence from this young gun? Jason Tatum's length is tough to deal with inside, guys.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within single digits. Both shots good from the stripe.
What's incredible to me is the first time Jason Tatum stepped between the lines as an NBA player, he had a willingness to take on the responsibility of being a go-to scorer, even in the tough moments.
Doesn't go for him. Gobert with the defensive effort. Cousins dishes to George. Kicks it out to Iguodala. The three from Tatum. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Oklahoma City leading by 8. 55 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Adebayo. Now here's Simmons. Passes it to Embiid. Nice D from Cousins. Here's Washington. They're on a 12-4 run right now. George up top from outside the arc. The Thunder pull it in. At one point, they led by 16. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Simmons against George. Here's Simmons. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for